Hello, everyone. If swimming with pigs is your idea of romance, you are in the right place. We are going to recap heading down to the Bahamas, dog fights, and a couple of other things tonight on your Total Divas After Show here on AFTERBUZZ TV. Let's go.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Let the dogs out.
This is Bill's request. Nice one.
It's been a while. Are we successfully to the point where we can ironically enjoy this song, or is it not?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I'm there. It's been long enough for me.
I was just really wanting to, I want to know who picked this song.
It was me.
It was Bill. Okay. We were like, Nikki's theme music? No! Who let the dogs out? Hey guys, it is your Total Divas After Show panel back again. I am Megan Stecher, and you guys can follow me on social media everywhere at Megan Stecher.
And I am Anissa Barr. You guys can find me on all social media at Anissa Barr with 3 R's at the end.
And my name is TK Trindad. You can find me on everything at TK Trindad.
And I'm Bill Hanstock, and you can follow me at places at Sundown Motel.
At places.
Just, some of the places. Not all the places, but, enough.
I don't think I've ever heard this whole song in its entirety.
I don't know if I've ever heard the verses.
Yeah.
Oh, I have, yeah. I feel like it was like a lot of... What year did this come out?
2000?
2000, yeah. Like
I
a
think.
lot of like...
I was pretty
The
fast
bar,
on that.
for me, this was like the bar, dances, formals. Like they were always
I'm
playing.
pretty sure it was 2000, because, I know it was one of the years I lived in San Francisco, and this was like the victory song for the Giants that year.
Oh no!
It was really weird.
Interesting.
Good to know.
They would play that before they would play I Left My Heart in San Francisco. So it was a weird transition.
Oh, the 2000s.
Yeah.
Good times.
Well, we're gonna go from dogs to pigs to back to dogs. Tonight's episode is called Swimming with Pigs, and I was very confused before the episode started, but as soon as Maurice explained that that's something fun you can do down in the Bahamas, then it all made sense. So tonight, Maurice and Mike talk about heading down there. They're gonna go with Jonathan and Eva, and it's everyone's honeymoon. So both couples have not been on a honeymoon, which I find this very convenient because Eva and Maurice seem to be really good shooting partners and friends this year as far as the show goes. Their bods are so banging, like together. Don't they look kind of like mirror images of each other a little bit, like their bodies?
Both of these couples going on the honeymoon together made the couple boudoir shoot of the Baywatch joint let's do something sexy for our husbands made a lot more sense, but now it's veering into this a key party situation. What's going on?
Yeah. I felt like it was kind of more of whatever Eva and Jonathan do, Maurice and Riz tag along. They like to do a lot of couple stuff.
Yeah, it feels like it's not even how you see people, they get into a relationship and they have the honeymoon stage and they always want to be together and they're always doing it like rabbits. Now it's 2 years in and they're like, okay, well, we're not going to do it like rabbits because we're past that, so we need something else to distract us. That's what it felt like, because I feel like one couple or one person in particular wanted to get back to that, and everybody else is, no, we're past that. It's okay, this is going to be the rest of our life. It's very... not looking forward to that. It's very weird.
How Bill said it was like a key party. I did find it strange that they weren't really showing us a differentiation between living quarters and where everyone was staying in the house. Yeah. So it was kind of as soon as they go down the stairs from the kitchen, where's everybody going?
It's just question marks. Maybe.
It's a fun time for the editors with this episode, I'll bet. Bree and Nikki are in New York for a Birdie Bee meeting, but they're also going to be meeting with a dog Instagram rep, shall we call it?
Dog agent.
Dog agent. So Lonnie owns The Dog Agency. Great name for a business. I totally get what it is.
Super original.
Well, great idea.
Yeah, she probably has the trademark on that, the Dog Agency.
Yeah. But just as far as being an agent to I'm sure there probably is other people out there, but it's such a new. Everybody has a Instagram or social media for their pets now. Yeah. It's why not rep somebody's pet?
And also the celebrity pets make so much money. Grumpy Cat Boo, There's like a pug. Like they make so much money, and like advertisers just throw money at them. So yeah, you'd be dumb if you have a pet and don't try and get a representation.
Yeah, pimp out your pet.
Yeah,
I
guess
feel
it's better
bad
than pimping
now.
out your children.
True.
It's the new Hollywood mom. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like a bad dog mom that I don't have an Instagram for my dog now.
You're
Is
the
this like
normal one.
This is like a thing?
I don't have one either. I don't know. I kind of feel like I kind of feel like, is Lisa Vanderpump on this bandwagon too? Like with this agency?
Oh yeah,
I'm sure she is.
Well, I
but-
mean, yeah, sure. Giggy is signed to the same talent agency as The Rock.
and Karl Lagerfeld's cat too, Chopette. She's
Wait, but why does Giggy need an agent? He doesn't move. He's just like a little like
Yeah, but
pillow.
like all those I think him and Lisa Vanderpump did. I can't remember if there was like a Stop Cancer campaign, but they've done magazines together.
Oh,
Like
wow.
it's yeah.
So Lisa gets paid on behalf of Giggy being at appearances
Well,
with her.
I mean, it's not like Giggy can spend the money. So it's not,
confused.
not like he's counting
yeah.
the dollars.
I don't know.
Or is there a trust fund for the dog?
Right. I find this all kind of silly. Like I mean, it's so typical, like, Hollywood type of thing. Like, okay, we're going to make my dog famous. And I don't know, I just kind of find it funny. But honestly, at the end of the day, they're smart people, and there's a different way to make more money.
Sure.
Off of your pets.
There we go.
Seems
gotta
like a
find the
real
hustle.
like millennial hustler type of shtick
Yeah,
to
yeah,
me.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, how can I make money with doing hardly anything?
I do not begrudge anyone a hustle.
Me
Like,
either.
Do it.
If
And
you can
it's
make
not,
money.
and it's kind of, well, I mean, obviously first world problem. So it's not, you know, it's hard because now you have to. It's just think of your social media.
Right.
And you know, I've had people on America's like, you need to beef up your social. It's a job. So now you have to think of not only, you know, your social media. If you handle that, now you have to think of, oh, my dog looks good in this light. So now you have to like always be conscious of, oh, we're going to the beach, and you know, maybe I should bring these hats. Like that's. You know, you're no longer enjoying your time. Now you're pimping out your dog, and you have to actually think ahead in order to make your pictures creative, because it's only so many times your dog could be on your bed. Oh, there's the dog on the bed. Yeah, great. Like, you know, if you're gonna follow somebody's dog, you're gonna actually want to see them do something that either makes you laugh, or you have to get some variety. So, I mean, again, first world problems, but it's still daunting.
Nattie believes she
Everybody's
can.
like, yeah, that was a little bit too
You
much.
know,
yeah.
like, you nailed it. Like you knocked it out of the park. We don't have anything to follow.
Yeah.
I try to think.
I think it would be exhausting to try to. I don't even do mine very well.
Oh yeah.
But Nattie thinks that she can do a great job at
Sure
this
she
with her
does.
cat. She's invited herself to the meeting to
Oh
try
my
to get
God.
representation.
Do you
Classic.
think Nattie's ever been invited anywhere? Or does she just like, oh no, I'm gonna come to that? Like,
I had a real problem with this storyline because I felt like they were overselling it in the acting department, so it just like stuck out to me tonight.
No, she's done that before.
She's Nattie.
That's her personality.
Yeah, I just think that. Okay, I'll say it later when we get to that part later.
well, the weird thing was, okay, well, I guess we'll say that when we get to that later. Never mind.
No, go ahead.
Well, at the end, after like Nattie gets pointed out to her, like that what she's being fed up with by Renee is exactly what she did.
Right.
Like she's like, oh, I should play a joke on Renee, and then like the end is like, you know, I hate dogs, and then just like pisses off Renee, and there's like no resolution to that.
Right, so I felt like they filmed the beginning and the end in the same day in New
Yeah.
York.
Yeah,
So
it's
the
possible.
meeting was in New York with this talent rep. And then her and Brie had the conversation of like, oh, how dare Renee? That was also a conversation in New York, walking down the street together. So I felt like this was all like, well, let's do this scene,
Oh,
scene
like
while you're in
chopped
New
it up.
York.
That's a
Yeah.
good point.
So I felt it was just a little too oversold to me.
It just seems like that's Nattie's personality, but on the flip side, you can't really dislike her because she's also like the mom of the bunch, and she
Yeah.
also has good advice as far as career-wise. So it's kind of like you kind of have to accept people for their faults, and that's one of her faults. Like,
I
all
love
right,
that
well.
she wouldn't let it go. She was like, I'm getting this cat signed. I know this chick didn't ask, but I'm getting
But
this
she's
cat
been
signed.
doing that for. I'm surprised Tupac is not signed by now, because I feel this is like the second or third season that she's tried to do this, or she's
Because
so
she tried to do it when Grumpy Cat came on.
Yeah.
I'm
She tried to do
sure that Tupac already has representation.
yeah, and
So when she talks about selling the T-shirts, are they sold through WWE or her own personal?
They're not sold through WWE.
Okay.
Okay, I have to admit, as much as Nattie drives me off the wall, I absolutely bought a Tupac shirt while I was watching the episode.
No,
How much did they go for?
cute.
It's 20 plus shipping.
Oh, that's not
Yeah,
bad.
not bad at
yeah.
all.
Might sell out tonight.
Yeah,
Okay, Bobby and Nattie. All right.
I wonder if WWE is gonna hop on something like that.
I'm sure eventually they might. Like, I have a hunch that eventually, if Bobby's line continues to do well, they'll probably partner with his line.
Right.
Because a lot of wrestlers wear his line.
Although, since his line is like so tied to like satanic imagery, they might not partner with them.
But I wonder if they're gonna do something like that, but like as far as almost take, because I know a lot of the stars have their dogs and stuff or their animals. I wonder if they're gonna almost branch into something, you know,
like have a pet collection.
Yeah, like a pet collection.
Well, they sell like WWE sells like leashes and collars and stuff,
but like
and
a
dog
two
bowls
paws and a blue.
Yeah, I think maybe like possibly like the Bellas getting their own YouTube channel is probably like the start of like really like merchandising the Total Divas stuff.
I don't know, yeah.
Because that was amazing. Nicole and Bree sell so much merchandise.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you guys saw like a little while ago, like a month ago, they released like the breakdown of like how much all the like individual women and WWE
Who
sell.
released that info?
I think just someone crunched the numbers like from all the like the quarterly reports and stuff.
Okay.
And like Bree and Nicole like Bella merchandise was like this part on the bar graph, and then like the next closest like woman was like there.
Who was it?
I think
remember.
it was.
Is it Eva?
No. I think it was probably Sasha.
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the four horsewomen.
Yeah, because well, the Bellas, they've done so much stuff outside of the market that, you know, people really know them. So
also, the Bellas are really focused on, like, the one thing that the Bellas do way better than any of the other women is branding, and they have it down. Like, Nikki wears a hat. Nikki's the fearless one. Like, Bree wears a headband. Bree's like the like flannel, and like they stick to it. Like they have the butterfly logo, they have the fearless logo, they have the Bree mode logo, and they just like they're like we saw in earlier seasons of Total Divas. They're always meeting with the merchandising people and be like, "Here's all the new designs. Here's all the new stuff we can do."
Do you think they picked that up from John? Because I think in the episodes I've seen John do that. Like he's very
probably John and Brian, because Brian really started rolling with merchandise like a few years before he had to retire. So
that's where it's at, though.
Yeah, especially since they're on Total Divas, so they're now branding more than just in the ring. So in different audience. So that's why.
I wonder what the percentages like breakdown. Like you buy a shirt for $25, how much do they get?
No, they wrestlers. If you have a shirt as a WWE superstar, if you have a shirt and the shirt sells well at all, you can really supplement your income. So like having merchandise is super important to all wrestlers. Like if you have more than one shirt, then you're like, oh my god, then you start getting a line. But like that absolutely is why Bree and Nicole sell so much more than everyone else's, because they're on Total Divas, but they're also the people on Total Divas that have a bunch of merchandise. Like no one else on Total. Like I don't even know if Nattie has a shirt right now.
Yeah, and I think Naomi, she has like I was checking out her.
She has
stuff.
the Feel the Glow shirt.
Yeah, but like like maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah, but even that's more than what Nattie has.
True.
Paige has a few. And a few items like her gloves and stuff, but she doesn't have as much as the Bellas. Like
Paige.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Well, speaking of Nikki and her gear and branding, she's doing an interview with WWE.com for the first time in a really long time, and she gets to put her gear back on, which she's super excited about.
I would too. I mean, I'm pretty sure she probably like at home probably put it on.
I was just thinking about like when I was a kid and like I took karate for like a month, but I would like wear the gi around the house like for years.
Oh boy. Well, kudos to her for not gaining any weight and still looking fabulous, because that's hard.
That is true. She had to work really hard at that. Remember when she cheated on her diet on Total Bellas? She was supposed to be keeping this like super...
like 3,000. No, I think it was to
like
work out.
1,500
Yeah, I think to work out
calories.
she was at 3,000, but then she had to drop down to 15 because she wasn't, which is
work out,
pretty. I think it might even been lower than that.
Yeah, I think it was
like
lower.
11.
It was like, 12 or 11.
Yeah, that's.
And then she like went out,
balls.
like she had drank like 3 glasses of wine. Or whatever.
Oh yeah, she was like, I cheated. I can't go out to dinner with you.
Sucks.
I love Nikki. Jonathan and Mike have planned the trip down in Exuma, Bahamas, we find out. So they have a bunch of boy, fun, guy, masculine stuff planned that the Maurice is not wanting to do. She wants the romantic walk along the beach during the sunset. Sexy time, as she calls it. But Mike not only wants to go spearfishing, he's got fantasy football drafts scheduled with all his buds. I can totally relate to Maurice's issues with it here because I live with a football fan, a mega football fan, and he now works for the NFL. So I'm just surrounded by it day and night, and I'm like, hello. He's now on his phone constantly with emails, and he doesn't listen at all when I'm like, babe. So I get Maurice's issue with him doing the draft in the kitchen and ignoring her.
I feel like this was more of a Ms. and Jonathan honeymoon more than just their own, because it's like, they like giving each other hand fives and like they plan everything. Let's do this and this, and the girls are like, fine, no, like no.
Yeah,
so
it's
kind of
cool. Very weird. I don't know.
Well, the weirdest thing to me was they were upset at like Jonathan and Ms. wanting to do adventurous stuff, but like all of the stuff that they were doing seemed like super chill and like super beautiful locations. Right. And then when they finally revealed like with the romantic stuff that Maurice actually wanted to do on the trip, it's like, oh, I wanted to hold a pig. Like, it was just very strange that it was like.
It's true, they were kind of similar. It was
like, she's like,
going and swimming with sharks and going and swimming with pigs.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we know the sharks aren't going to attack them because it's a tourist attraction.
But I think it's just that sort of thing where it's like, you want to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
And if someone else is keeping you from the thing you want to do, it doesn't matter how cool it is, you're still going to be a little bit like...
Yeah. And it's not like they can go there every day, too.
Yeah.
I think, like, Marie, she made such a point that she wanted to hold the pigs. It's like, almost like just get that out of the way. Because I think they said they had 5 days off, so they're probably there for like 3 days or 3.5 days. So it's like, get that out of the way. Because she voiced it. She was the one who was talking about it all the time. It's like, hey, let's do this. And then you have everything else, to... I don't know. It was a very weird trip.
It was. Bill, as a married guy, if your wife came into the kitchen in a little scanty robe, like, hello, let's go have our time together, would you, like, ignore her for doing a fantasy draft? No. So there you go.
I don't do fantasy football.
Well, even if it wasn't football, was any other kind of like fantasy draft?
I would drop anything.
There you go.
Right answer. Right answer. I don't think he could say anything else though. What was he gonna say? Oh yeah, no, of course I'm not gonna pay attention to her.
But it's like married women aren't always like throwing themselves at their husbands, so you gotta take that chance when you get it. I feel like. Well, I don't know. I'm not married. Renee is excited about the fact that people's animals are getting signed, and now she's saying, "Oh my God, but Blue is so marketable."
Blue is kind of cute, though.
Blue's adorable.
Yeah,
he's all wrinkly, so cute. I mean, I kind of like what she's like doing because she's like, "Oh, okay, so if they're doing this, maybe I should do this." And I feel like in this scene, like she was looking an opportunity, I guess, and.
Renee had hardcore FOMO.
Yes. Well, so Nattie goes to see Rosa and meet the baby, which the baby is so cute. I was so happy we got to see how Rosa's doing and see how cute the baby is. And she tells Bobby how great her t-shirts are doing. And Bobby had a great idea that the cat needs a gold tooth.
Oh my God,
and
snaggletooth.
That could be like maybe an idea for their next t-shirt.
I think PETA might have a problem with that. That might be an issue with PETA.
I don't think Nattie would ever do that, but I thought it was funny.
It wouldn't be real, yeah.
And I guess Tupac listens to rap music, so hey.
Tupac is rich, so.
Well, that's all Nattie and TJ listen to anyway. So.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Well, they're huge. They're massive Tupac fans. That's why it's named.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Tupac's, and then their other cat's named Machiavelli.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the other cat.
Or Meowcavelli or something.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, learn something new.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Another huge Tupac fans.
Apparently.
Which is like the most, like you would never expect like Nattie to be a huge Tupac.
Yeah, because she's so, I mean, Tupac is conscious and
Plus
some of the
she's Canadian.
What does that mean?
True.
I'm Canadian.
Oh, really?
You are?
Yes.
No way.
Yes.
And is Renee?
We're all learning about each other today.
Like, wait, what does that mean?
Yeah, Renee is big time Canadian.
Renee's from Toronto too.
Crazy.
You listen to hip hop in Canada.
I know, but Nattie is Nattie.
Well, I think she's from Calgary, which is a little bit. Yeah.
That's country.
Yeah, that's definitely
Super
Midwest
country.
country.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're looking on the outer parts of Canada, it's a little bit more diverse, and
There's like a huge Calgary is like where the big rodeo is and stuff. Like
Calgary Stampede.
yeah,
Well, no wonder it's called
lots of cowboys.
Stampede Wrestling.
Yeah, exactly.
Makes sense.
Nikki is very excited to get cleared to wrestle again. So she fakes out Brie and pretends that she didn't get cleared.
She behaved like, and I believe this, like this is probably the greatest practical joke that
Yeah.
Nicole's ever pulled. Like, I didn't get cleared, psych, and like that was it.
And like the look on her face too, I literally
Yeah.
thought she was like serious and not
Yeah.
she bummed out. So when she did that, I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. Like that's good news.
So she has to wait a week to find out if she's going to be sent to Raw or SmackDown. But as a consensus, the group's like, oh, I think blue would be a better fit for you. What exactly did they mean by that? Like they think that
colors.
there's like a opening in that whole lineup of that night that she would fit in well. Like they don't have too many stars.
It's John is on SmackDown.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, what do they mean?
And
Oh,
plus,
and Brian.
yeah, and Brian, and plus
Oh.
like all the girls that are married ended up going to the same brands.
Yeah.
With their
But what do you
husbands,
think
so-
of? I know this is off, but the whole thing with Dean Ambrose and I just lost her name.
Renee.
Yeah, they're on separate things now. Like I wonder how
know.
that's going.
And that happened like right when they got married too.
Yeah.
Well, she does Raw Talk sometimes.
Yeah.
She does Raw Talk, so she does go on.
know.
I mean, she's a
'Cause
busy woman, so I'm assuming she goes to both brands.
Yeah. I don't know because I think he's like on a 10-day trip, and I think she's still here. And
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, she's in Vegas right now.
Yeah,
I
and
follow her.
I think he just,
Yeah.
they're just doing a 10-day trip to.
They
European- they have the European
Yeah.
tour.
they do. WWE sometimes does handle married couples weirdly. But also there was a little rumor that there weren't in recent weeks they haven't been super happy with Dean.
Oh.
So that could have something to do with it.
Oh. Yeah. That they moved him as punishment.
Not necessarily punishment, just like to try and get something different out of him.
Oh, okay.
And it just maybe was bad timing with like them getting married and stuff.
Yeah. I hear ya. Well, with all that said, Nikki got cleared, but in talking to her trainers with WWE and trying to get back into fighting form, she tells the trainer, I do have to retire the rack attack. I talked to my surgeon. It's not a good idea, which, I mean, isn't the rack attack the whole reason she has this neck injury, they believe, in the first place?
Yeah.
So it is retired. But she loved, this is what I actually really loved about this episode. She said, I loved the strength it showed with me being a woman and doing such a powerful finisher, which I do feel really bad for her in that way that she has to give it up because that's kind of been her identity this whole time.
Right.
I did really feel awful for her.
I mean, with a lot of wrestlers do have to like change it up a little bit too, because like everyone that's your signature thing, you know. Out of being a wrestler is your signature move, but for her to outbrand other things to do in the ring besides just doing that, I like that she's focusing on like, okay, I can't do this anymore. What else do I need to do? What else do I need to learn in order to make something else that people are now gonna know me as besides just the rack attack as my signature move. And that's really awesome that she's now looking into submission moves, because not a lot of the women, a lot of the women, but you know, before you don't see a lot of women doing submissions moves as their signature.
Yeah.
So with that, I think that was really cool for her to look into new submission moves.
Yeah, and I think there's just a general understanding, like everybody knows that she was injured and she had to rehab, and this is the reason why. So I think there's just general understanding that she can't do that anymore. It's not even. It's just thinking of the spine crunching every time she did that.
Me
It's
too.
crazy.
That was a great like flashback edit that they did of a lot of them right after the other, and every time I was like, I can hear her neck cracking when she does it.
Because
like,
it's essentially like, you know, when she hits the ground with her knees, that person's body weight is at least 2 to 3 times on her neck.
Yeah.
So, you know, you have what, 125, 130 pound chick, times that by 2. I mean, that was crazy. But I mean, good on her that she did it for that long, and she's known for it, and now she can move on.
That's what Bree says, right? So she has a talk with Bree, letting her know she's training a lot with Bailey, and she's training with
Shayna Baszler.
Yeah.
Is it Shayna? Shayna. I say it wrong.
Oh my gosh,
Shayna.
she's a badass.
She's the best.
Oh my
So
gosh.
they're searching for a submission hold that can be her new signature finisher. But she does talk with Bree, and it's still. I totally agree with Bree. It's all about a mental change. It's all about you can only change the way that you're feeling about it. I totally agree with Bree on that.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. And I
Everyone's just like nodding.
Yeah,
Yes.
We all agree.
Yeah. No, I think with change for anything, it's like you, especially if you've been doing something for so long, and then somebody's like, "Oh, why don't you try this?" or you're forced to change.
Yeah.
You tend not to.
Yeah.
And then you either complain about it and you don't do anything about it, or you have to take a step back. It's like, well, I can't do this anymore, and I want to be in the ring, and I don't want to look lame, so I need to, figure it out. So, I mean, it makes sense. It's a very mature move because a lot of people don't do that. So.
Right, and I did actually like how she was in the ring with Bailey, because like that's kind of like the first time we've ever seen them two in a ring together. Which I hope in the future we do get to see them actually in a match together in the future, because I like to see how that how that goes.
All the girls are really, really. I love how women have come along in WWE. It's great.
Definitely.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Good for them. Women's division. No more divas. Except for this show.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
That's why it still has the name, because this is the totality of the divas.
yeah.
It is. All the drama's here. Speaking of drama, Nattie meets with Renee and Dean at the bar. It kind of seems like a fun night out to catch a cocktail. White Wine Nattie is back, apparently. I think Renee must be drinking something with Sambuca in it. And they start talking about the animals and the merch. And it turns out Renee herself has gone to Bobby to try to get a t-shirt line going for Blue.
This is a bridge too far for Renee.
Nattie's not having it. The way she stormed out was funny to me because it just seems so silly. Like
She called Renee unstable.
She's really overselling it to me in the storyline again.
Well, I mean, I think in her mind, she's she had the shirts, and now Renee's doing the shirts, and then now to make matters worse, now you contact the person who she's working with without even letting her know. So I understand that Renee doesn't owe her anything because one, it's a cat and dog, so it's two separate things. But on the slight principle, as far as maybe I should just hey, I just want to let you know that Bobby's also gonna be doing my shirts too. But I think Nattie would have been upset either way. But
I agree with you there. Maybe just saying I think I'm going to go to Bobby too.
Right.
I like this t-shirt idea. But I don't think it would take away from her cat shirts sales, so I don't see the problem. Yeah.
I would love to have a blue t-shirt.
So cute.
And also what I did I really like Renee's necklace or choker. So if anybody knows where to get that, let me know, because I totally want one.
Tweet her with
Right?
3 R's.
And then also I did Dean Ambrose shirt and him there, his little commentary and everything. So it's just great.
I know. I thought his one-liners were hilarious.
yeah.
He's great.
Bill, you're
Oh,
so
boy.
quiet tonight.
Sorry, I'm very tired. You guys are killing it.
Bill's half asleep on the panel, guys.
I think what it is I think I'm very sad about the reveal about what's happening next week. So
Oh my God, we were all in shock. They were like, next week on the season finale, and we all were like,
I am not pleased.
No?
Yeah,
I
I
feel
thought we were
I
gonna
feel
get-
very ambushed by this.
yeah, I
It's
thought
too
we were going to
soon.
get,
How many episodes has it been?
6.
6? Oh.
It will be
I
6.
thought we were going to get 10.
Yeah, you would think.
You
Because
would
after
think.
10, when you stop,
Right.
But wasn't this a mid-season and we just picked up?
Yeah.
So technically, wouldn't it be 10 or 12? Didn't we stop mid-season and they
we
picked
stopped
it up?
at episode 10,
Yeah.
and the season finale will be at episode 16.
Yeah. I thought we were going to get 20. Dang it.
Well, we're not.
Well, we're not. Maybe next season.
Yeah, I don't know, because there's so much to tie up, because I know they showed that, you know, the suspension with Eva, and I think Paige had the suspension, or did she already come back from that, or did they suspend her yet?
No, she hasn't come back yet.
So they had the suspension with Paige, and
we also know that Total Bellas isn't coming back until September.
yeah.
So we're gonna have to wait several months.
Well,
for anything?
are we really waiting? Like, everything is just so.
The thing
I just started this with y'all, and I'm very happy. And
Well, you're talking about the relationship here.
yeah.
Oh.
But also Total Divas. I want to see Total Divas every week.
Yeah, but it feels like I feel this way with like some other reality, like the Kardashians in particular. It's like we see so much of their life in other formats, whether it's WWE or their social media, or even because now they're reaching beyond the WWE. It's just like you already know. I think except for maybe the vacation, which was all weird anyway. Like we already kind of knew everything that was happening. So I don't know if they're gonna cover, you know, when they come back now. Bree's having, or are they gonna cover before the birth or after the birth or during the birth, and you know, how's that gonna work out? But we've already, I mean, I think you guys already are seeing the progress. Like Daniel's left and now he's getting fat too, and so we see all that. Oh, he's getting the dad bod. Did you see the picture he put on Instagram?
Yeah, but he's always been like a dad type.
No, like I mean, I think some men I don't think, you know, Bree's gained a ridiculous amount of weight, but some men, you know, take it upon themselves to get pregnancy weight too. So he's looked like he's a little bit on the soft side.
Well, I agree with you, and it is frustrating on that level if you watch both products, and there are a lot of people who only watch Total Divas,
Right?
And I envy them. But if you watch both products, you Megan.
I'm like,
But if you watch both products, yeah, you already know how a lot of the storylines are going to play out. But at the same time, like, you see Bree's story, she's retired. You see Paige's story, she's injured. You see Nikki's story, she's injured. You see Eva's story, she's been gone, God knows where.
Right.
Like, in the past seasons, you see, like, Rosa, she hasn't been on TV in years. Like, so you do get to see a lot of stuff where it's like, oh, I wonder what that person's doing. So maybe, I mean, God, I hope it's coming back for season 7, but maybe when it comes back for season 7, we'll get more of those people who aren't on TV all the time.
Right.
Like, we can maybe get Summer Rae back.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Well, Alicia Fox.
Alicia Fox, yeah. You need Foxy back so bad.
Yes.
And I don't know. I doubt they'll do this, but you know, even Paige and Alberto, like I
Well, that's a whole show.
Yeah,
Like,
that's...
yeah.
as soon as she's not working for WWE anymore, like if that happens, like they're probably just
Wait,
gonna...
is she still working for them?
Yeah. She actually, I saw it on social media that like she's coming back soon.
Oh,
Yeah.
it just seems kind of weird because she's traveling with him all over the place.
Yeah, but a big part of her still being employed is one, WWE sort of makes a point to never fire anyone who's out injured, who has had surgery, because that's one, a really bad look, but two, like that just screws over the people completely. Like there's nothing for them to do. But another reason is because The Rock is executive producing that movie about Paige's life.
He did that on Staples. Yeah.
And that's a big.
I wonder how that's going to turn out.
Probably pretty good.
All his productions have been amazing, but I wonder how the storyline. I'm excited to see that.
Well, I've seen the documentary that Paige did in her family in the UK before she went to WWE, and literally, if it's like the documentary, it's gonna be a good movie. Because I love that documentary.
and so for our listeners or viewers who don't follow wrestling outside of Total Divas, when exactly might this movie be done?
Then they've already wrapped filming.
Yeah.
Okay, who's
hopefully
playing
by next
Paige? Is Paige playing herself?
No.
Okay.
It's an actress I'm not familiar with, but Lena Headey from Game of Thrones, Cersei Lannister, and Nick Frost play Paige's mother and father, and that's like not only amazing casting but awesome like cast members to have on the show. And like Stephen Merchant, I think, is either producing or directing it. So it's like there's a ton of talent involved in this movie.
So is this going to be like mega wide release, like not a smaller?
The Rock.
It's The Rock.
Yeah.
What are they calling it? Do we know?
Shoot, something with family.
Because I think the documentary was called Wrestling with My Family.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably the working title right now. But
Cool.
Yeah.
And then one of the girls who plays one of the main characters, Thea, she's when I saw her live doing that filming, and I thought she did a great character of AJ, so that's really cool. So
That'll be interesting.
Yeah, that'll
I thought for some reason I thought I know she was injured, but I thought it was kind of a slow progression to her just being out of the company based on everything with
It's a very complicated story.
To
There's a lot
see
of moving parts.
like the backstage aspect that we get on this show portrayed on the big screen by someone who lived it, like you know, The Rock lived it, so I'm sure he was like, yeah, let's do this, let's show that. Like, that's gonna be very cool to see.
I love The Rock.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
The Rock should come in sometime and guest on our Total Divas.
Oh my
after show.
God.
Hey, I think that's all of our main goal, like,
Oh my
as
God.
wrestling
Greatest time.
fans, is to interview The Rock.
Oh, I don't even want to interview him. I just want to go home with him.
Oh, I want to interview him.
He's amazing.
To finish up, I'm gonna move on so we don't get in trouble with The Rock's girlfriend.
I'm sure she's used to it.
To finish up the Nattie and Renee storyline, they just argue over how much they each hate cats and dogs, and that's it.
That's the end.
She never got that T-shirt on Dean, I guess, and
Oh, what I do love is when they were asking, our Truth was in the back, and I don't know if you remember, like a couple seasons before, he went to Nattie's house, and he's like really afraid of
They had
cats.
to lock up the cats.
And he like started running when one of the cats got out. It was just hilarious. Like it's so like you know the reason why, because you know all that stuff, but it's just like a grown man is just
I love Truth
tonight
so
when he's
much.
like they kill babies, I was like, oh, here we go.
yeah. So
I want him on Total Divas more.
Yeah.
Like,
Truth, and like it's always been the case on Total Divas where like if our Truth pops up or if Titus O'Neil pops up,
yeah.
you know that
Some crazy
it's about
stuff.
to get great.
yeah.
Or Heath Slater, like all those guys who like pop up here and there,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's like every time they pop up, it's like dynamite.
Yeah. Oh, especially when Nattie's sister's around and she's like on them like glue, like oh hi,
and Biggie.
how you
Biggie,
been?"
yeah.
That was
Throwing-
hilarious.
throwing herself.
Yeah.
That was so funny.
Well, we'd all throw ourselves at Biggie.
Yeah.
It's true. I'd be like, can I feel your bicep?
That's that tricep meat.
Just the mound of stone. And,
He's got so much body.
yeah. I think they were at that show, is it at Three Tables, or what is it called? On
Table for Three.
Table for Three, and they were talking, and I think he had a little bit less than everybody else. He's like, I'm 300 pounds. Like, I need to, trim it down.
Yeah.
Like, I want to live for it. Was like hilarious because he realizes it, but it's not like he's 300 pounds like fat.
It's not a bad 300
It's yeah,
pounds,
it's all solid, but still, like, being that big and carrying all that weight.
It's a lot of body
Crazy.
to fill up
Yeah.
with food.
So what else do we got?
Speaking of food, Mike wants to catch his own dinner, spearfishing down in the Bahamas. They're doing a lot of stuff Maurice doesn't want to do. So he goes and gets them caught out in the water with no gas. Somehow they recover from that pretty easily when she's convinced they're going to be captured, by pirates. The sun's going down. This is all terrible. She's saying we lost a day. That she just really wanted to swim with the pigs. At what point would you guys in your relationship lose your patience? Like, I feel like Mike didn't, and he's doing the thing where he tries to make her laugh when she's angry, which was what my boyfriend does, which makes me even more mad. Because I'm like, just say you're sorry. Stop trying to make me laugh.
I don't know. It just felt. This trip felt very forced. Like all of it just seemed like, okay, you're going on your honeymoon and now you're throwing a whole bunch of stuff at them, and it just doesn't even seem like. They're all active, so it seems like they would do something active. But all this extra stuff, it just seems like it was just, okay, well, we're not like we're taking you guys on this trip, so shut up and we're gonna, plan it out.
Yeah.
And obviously, you definitely want to do this, but this is what we're gonna do. It just seemed very like forced, opposed to, what they would actually do on a vacation. So I don't know. For me, I tend to plan everything out anyway. So my boyfriend's like, whatever. Like, what do you want to do?
I wouldn't have been cool with, like, my husband and his friend planning the trip. I would have been like, oh, wait, what are we doing? And what day? And what do I need to pack?
Yeah.
And
That's why you just might as well do it yourself.
I would just go with the flow. I mean, if you ever date me, I'm just saying, like, wrestling is like my number one priority. So
Yeah, but
you're
you're
like,
going to an island.
See, I don't like that. I don't like
Really?
islands. No, I'm so like
Sand and sand?
Like I would go to like the mountains or somewhere in the forest area.
Yeah, but you go with the flow, and they're saying just pack a bag, and they bring you to the island, and
I would be
you want to know that you're going to the island or going to the mountain?
Well, he should know already. Like, okay, I don't like the sun, so don't take me there. Like, I hate the heat. So
don't like the sun, baby.
Don't like this. You're in LA.
Because I was born and raised here, and I'm just like, ugh.
All right then.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's because like I'm from here, and I'm just like, oh,
I hate heat, but I still enjoy an island. Like it's nice to go to Hawaii. It's probably
always sit in the shade with a tropical drink. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, it just seemed like they could have laid by the beach or did a run or do something active and then like hang out. But it just felt like this whole trip felt like if they were left to their devices and there were no cameras, they wouldn't have done half of that stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
And it just kind of like like I would have really loved to see who does the planning. And what they would have actually done versus.
Yeah, it was really weird.
It's probably like one of the producers, with them.
Yeah.
But don't you guys think Maurice really did want to swim with the pigs? I felt like that was totally legitimate.
But like just like the whole like everything they're doing so beautiful and looks so fun.
Yeah.
And then it takes until like they're like out on that fishing boat or whatever, and then they're there for the sunset, and she's like, "Oh, you know what? This actually is nice." Like, yeah, I know. We know it's nice.
Yeah.
I thought swimming with the pigs was the cutest thing ever.
Oh yeah.
That little baby one that could doggy
she
paddle?
She absolutely got that idea from watching The Bachelor.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah, because
I don't watch The
it was either
Bachelor.
Bachelor or Bachelorette, like one of the most recent seasons. Like,
they did
there
that.
was a swimming with pigs like thing. So like that's 100%.
It's
like,
adorable.
These pigs are like they've been gone like generations. Now all of a sudden these humans are now wanting to swim with them. They're like, what the hell is going on?
Thanks, Bachelor.
I want to swim with pigs. Like
see, now you have another one.
See?
But you're gonna have to go to an island to do that.
Yeah.
Great.
And there's
They're like,
sun.
we have to go to an island, but you get to swim with pigs.
But like and seeing baby pigs, it's like like it's just so adorable. Like
It reminded me of puppies. Like a little puppy doggy paddling up to her.
Pigs
and
are
then
great.
she was like holding it up.
Aww.
So sweet.
So cute.
That's why
didn't
George Clooney
realize-
had a pig for so long.
Oh, yeah.
He had a potbelly pig.
I remember there
yeah.
was like, he would always do press about the
Yeah.
pig. He'd always mention it in the press. I didn't know Maurice didn't eat meat. Did she mention that earlier in
I
the
think it's
season?
come up before.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know either.
Is she vegan or just
I think
vegetarian?
she's vegetarian, like Brie.
Okay.
No, Bree's
I think
vegan
Did
now.
Brie go vegan?
Brie is vegan
Oh
now.
boy.
Bree went vegan now. Yeah.
Oh boy.
What's wrong with that?
Christy and I used to have so many talks on the panel about, like, Christy would be like, she's kind of holier than thou with her, like, nature-y side and being vegetarian. So to me, it's just me thinking of Christy being like, of course she had to go vegan. Vegetarian wasn't good enough. Shout out to Christy St. Cloud. Hey, girl. I'm having a conversation with you and you're not even here.
Oh my god. Well, you definitely feel a lot better. It's definitely you feel the difference. And I think it's not. It's just the way the food's processed in North America versus everywhere other places in the world. So that's why it's a lot of people here are doing it. I believe because you feel the difference.
Yeah.
Are you vegan all the time?
Vegetarian.
Vegetarian.
Yeah.
I've been going in and out of vegetarian the past couple weeks.
Oh, okay.
I feel better. I feel more clear.
That's why I asked you if you were vegetarian today.
Oh,
For a lot of people, going vegan instead of vegetarian or going vegan after becoming vegetarian is like the way healthier choice because a lot of people like if they try to go vegetarian, they'll just like eat like chips and grilled cheese sandwiches and stuff. Like it's really easy to be vegetarian and eat super unhealthy. It's a little bit trickier to go vegan and eat super unhealthy.
I know the cheese. I can't give up the cheese.
Yeah,
Diet cheese is awesome. Diet cheese is the best thing that's ever happened to veganism.
I would like to give a shout out to nutritional yeast, which I bought yesterday at Trader Joe's, and it really does taste like cheesy, buttery.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna put it on popcorn later
No,
tonight and see how it
Diet is
goes.
amazing. Like it takes longer to melt the regular cheese, but like they have the shredded cheese is awesome.
Yeah.
But now they have sliced cheese for sandwiches, and they have like provolone and Swiss and vegan
Not good?
cheese.
You don't
No,
like it?
vegan cheese used to be horrible.
Yeah.
Vegan
'cause
cheese
back in the day,
used to be the worst thing ever.
It
But
was-
Diet has cracked the code.
Good. Okay.
You don't
is
think
it
so?
mostly soy
I don't
Have you
know.
had it recently?
It's just kind of I know quite a few vegans, and it just feels like I go to vegan restaurants, and there's two types of vegan restaurants. There's the vegan restaurants where it's like they know exactly what's in their food, and then there's a vegan restaurant where you have something that's like a meat variation, but they can't tell you what's in the food. And I'm like, okay, so you can't tell me the ingredients that are making this food taste like chicken, but it's supposed to be healthier. Like to me, that balance is very weird.
But that's the thing, and with vegetarian options too. It's not always about being healthier from the company's standpoint, and that's what you're talking about. Like the restaurants you go to where it's like exactly like this has beet and ginger, and like that is like the healthy option. But like Morningstar Farms or whatever,
they just
like
toss in some
it's just about it doesn't have meat in it.
Like
it's just like
soy and
cornmeal and like it's fried.
I can't get down with that.
See, like I used to work at a restaurant, and I don't eat pork at all, and we had chicken sausage, and chicken is probably like the only meat I'll eat. I don't really eat beef or anything like that. And then they had like pork, like the sausage part or the pork, and I was like, ew, like you guys say it's chicken, you guys are false advertising. Like hello?
Even the restaurants, how they cook stuff, it's with like lard and pork fat, and
I can't. No.
Even the gelatin too is pork.
Oh yeah.
So like the gummies that you're eating.
Great.
Well, that about wraps everything up, except for Nikki figuring out her finisher. She's going to debut it at SummerSlam. And then we got our terrible news that next week's SummerSlam episode is the season finale.
So upset.
I would like to do, with our remaining time, our 3 minutes left, predictions. We never do predictions on this show.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
You know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, there's a thing.
In knowing that obviously this is all past and viewed on TV, what do we think is we're gonna see?
Can we do a hope
backstage or a hope? Perfect.
My hope is that if this truly is, and I can barely bring myself to say the words, if this truly is the last of Eva Marie on Total Divas, I hope she gets a good send-off.
Okay.
And not just like Paige's like, she's been suspended. So maybe we'll show her again, maybe we won't.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I think there was a story of her, she was like doing games with Shaq or something like that. But I don't know, it just seems like she tried her hardest and they dicked her around versus saying, look, you can't wrestle, so you know.
But they got a lot of mileage out of her for a long time.
Oh yeah.
And her career is just taking off more and more all the time outside of WWE. Like she's launched her clothing line, she's launched her accessories line, like, and it's all selling out like really fast. So like good for her, good for Jonathan. He's launched his supplement and nutrition line. So they're doing well. I have a hunch that like after next week's episode, like probably that same week we'll get the official word from Eva Marie about her moving on.
Well, yeah, because she's no longer all red everything, right? I don't know. Gosh. I definitely feel like this season was very short. I felt very like underwhelmed. Like this vacation storyline, like, you know.
I think that Paige's and Eva Marie's situations probably threw a pretty sizable wrench into everything.
Yeah, because I would have loved to see what Paige is up to, because they, you know, she's injured, and I would love to see that relationship that, you know, she's developing, and, you know, it just seems like they could have done so much. And then even like Alicia Fox, like what she was doing, I think she was in a relationship, she's not in a relationship anymore. Like I want to see what that dynamic is. And there's like so many other women that I felt like would have said yes, or at least we can kind of see what their lives is about a little bit. Like even like Naomi, like it just felt like this is like almost like a waste of film. Like, I mean, I love dogs and cats, that's great, but I mean that could have been done within the first commercial break. You don't like my dog, you don't like my cat, you got the shirt, you know, I'm mad. Like next.
And it is a bummer because like the Naomi stuff that we got this season was so good. The Lana and Rusev stuff was all amazing. The Miz and Maria's stuff was really good. But between that, I have to believe that when they went into this season, they didn't know Alberto was going to get released. They didn't know Paige was going to get suspended, let alone like twice. they didn't know that Eva was going to get suspended. Like, there's so many things that happened this season that, like, while they were filming it, like, that they were probably like, oh no.
I wonder if they're going to address that in the next season, or they're just not even going to address it at all.
It's really hard to say. I think Eva Marie probably won't be addressed, but which is weird because she's been there for 6 seasons.
Yeah.
She's the only one besides the Bellas and Nattie that's like been there the whole time.
Right.
So Eva probably won't be addressed. If Paige is still under contract, she probably will be.
Any hopes for next week?
Well, if for next season, when we get a next season, I do want them to bring Carmella in.
Oh yeah.
After listening to Lillian's podcast this week with Carmella, please watch it. And just her story, it's so, like, I feel like I had a little connection with her, how she's just like, her and Big Cass are so different, and I love to see Big Cass on like Total Divas.
Oh my gosh.
You know, and then Enzo in the back, so I'd love to
Hot
see
mess.
that. I would love to see like Carmella on Total Divas.
She's
for
young
sure.
and hot. That'd be a great addition.
Yeah, definitely.
My hope for next week is I do want to see Paige again. I want her to be able to like wrap up for us what's happening with her. You know, on the private side, like sometimes when they're not wrestling, we do get to see a lot of their private life, and I feel like Paige is just MIA. So
Well,
I'd
but
love to...
a huge part of that is they're not allowed to show or mention Alberta.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Like, legally, they can't.
So I'd like to see just like an interview with her saying, here's what happened, here's what's going on with me currently.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll be back.
Gonna
We'll
happen.
see. But that's my hope for next week. But, all right, guys,
Damn,
we will
WWE
see
and their rules and appearance. Just get the dirt.
It's a lot. It's a lot. But we're trying to get down to what really happened. But guys, we will see you next week for the season finale of Total Divas here on the After Show here on AfterBuzz TV. Bill, where can they chat with you this week?
You can find me on Twitter at Sundown Motel. You can also check out all of our content at uparks.com, uparks.com/sports, uparks.com/wrestling, with spandex.com. I'll have my Total Divas recap up bright and early tomorrow. Lots of good content going up tomorrow. Got an interview with John Morrison, aka Johnny Mundo, because I went to the premiere of his movie on Monday. It's really good. It comes out May 9th on VOD. It's called Boone the Bounty Hunter, and you should definitely check it out because it's a very funny and very good action movie.
Also, check out the interview at Xbox
Yes,
12360 because we did that too. So
check out Xbox 12360 for a lot of reasons.
yes, well, yeah, definitely check out. Yeah.
For
How was
stories and
that?
explanations.
Woo, yeah, check that out. And also, you can find me on everything at TK Trindad. And I do a lot of shows, but one show that I really definitely want to highlight is Dear White People. If you haven't seen it, just hop on the AfterBuzz, check it out. Really great stuff. So, want to hear you guys.
And you guys can follow me at Anissa Barr with 3 R's at the end on all social media sites. And I like to chat with everybody today. And I want to give a shout out to AJO114 on our chat roll today. He's always on. So
Ashley Saunders.
Give one of my shout out.
Montserrat. Oh, yeah, the live chat was...
Thanks for being there, guys. My laptop died, so I did not have it with me. But thank you. TK had her eye on it the whole time, and thank you guys for chiming in as always. Guys, you can follow me on social media at Megan Stecher. If you are I'm getting tired now. A reality TV fan, I also do the Real Housewives of New York after show here at AfterBuzz, so check that out. And we'll talk to you guys next week for the finale.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Done, you have the interview.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.